You ready?
Yeah, you might look that up right now.
Yeah, you gotta check it out.
Tell you, boy, I had that thing like this. You ain't even get started yet.
Yeah, we good. I hear it over there. We good, huh? All right, yeah. Shalom, Salakia, man. Running into a couple of technical difficulties, man. Esau trying to hinder this word. Satan busy, but man, we persistent, man. We're gonna keep chipping away. This word gonna come out, man. You know? And this is a part of the word, man. You know, reprove, rebuke, correction, and standing up in defense for the gospel. Because, hey, that's a part from Esau as well, to distort the word of Yahweh Shema Shai. That's why you got Christianity, man. It was set up as a filter to bring out the word in a certain light to keep you jakes and further derision, man. See? But by the Lord raising us up, we are able to rightfully divide this word and shed light on this word, you know, and convey it to you in this pure form. Now, Jake is waking up, you know? So, you got something?
Yeah. This is Jeremiah 1:18. For behold, I have made thee this day a defense city, and an iron pillar and brazen walls against the whole land.
Right, yeah. Oh, the Lord said we're against the whole land. It's us against the world, man. Read that one more time, huh?
Come to Jeremiah 1:18. For behold, I have made thee this day a defense city.
A defense city, man. Meaning we are defenders, man. Okay? We the guardians of this thing. We the watchmen. The watchman translates to guarding the city, man. So we guard the gospel, pretty much. You know, the Lord set us up as the watchdog. You know. Yep. Go ahead up.
Said, for behold, I have made thee this day a defense city, and an iron pillar and brazen walls against the whole land, against the kings of Judah, against the prince thereof, against the priests thereof.
Yeah, against the kings, the priests, against everybody, man. Anybody outside of this arena, well, the Lord raised us up against you, man. See, go ahead.
He says, and against the people of the land, and they shall fight against thee.
Oh, and they're going to fight against us, man. That's why so much friction when it comes to great millstone. And it's all due to something as subtle as us reproving and rebuking. Again, that was brought out in Amos, the 5th chapter. They hated him that rebuketh and negate, man. You know? And it's like I brought up the point. Matter of fact, somebody can get that to Isaiah the 56th chapter real quick before we continue. Watchdogs. A dog can be annoying, man. Even your own dog, like your dog in the backyard barking. At some point, you tell me, man, shut the hell up, man. You know?
I got a neighbor dog that do it all night.
Yeah, see that? Barking, man. Yeah. But he doing his job, no matter how annoying it might be. See what I'm saying? So that's how we are. We are annoying to the inhabitants of the land. If you got it, Isaiah 56 and 10. You got it?
This is the book of Isaiah 56 and 10. His watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs.
See, they are all dumb dogs, man. Go ahead.
They cannot bark.
See, they cannot bark. So we are to bark, man. A bark is to warn. To bark means to warn you. Oh, when you consider the shepherd, he has the sheepdog, man. And the sheepdog, he barks and he keeps the sheep in line. So you got to be kept in line when you come into this thing, man. You have just come into order. And see, that's foreign to Israel. Who have seen such a thing where the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American is in order? And see, Jake don't want no parts of that. You know, but guess what? There's nothing you can do to offset that. That's the part of the cleansing process, man. Before you can be joined to your house Shai, you got to be cleansed. You got to be put in order. And it tells you that in Psalm the 50th chapter, how the Lord says he's going to set us in order before thine eyes, man. I think that's Psalm 50 and 18. So that's what you have just embarked on, the mission. You know, you just wandered. A lot of Jakes don't even know what they're involved in. They just wandered up into this council. And once they get reproved and rebuked, you see it all the time, like on the comment boards. That's about to jump out there and say something, then they get corrected. Like, hold up, I'm just trying to ask a question. Because Jake, they far into this, man. You know? But if you enter into any city, which this is a city, right? This the city of Jerusalem. There's always going to be watchmen, man. There's going to be guardians of that city. You know, you got to follow the rules they laid out. Right? So go ahead, continue.
Sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because these other groups, they're not warning you of the impending danger, man. All right? So, yeah, I'll go back to where you was at.
Khan, you want to go back to 18 and just continue on?
Yeah, you start at 18 again.
All right, this Jeremiah 1:18 again. For behold, I have made thee this day a defense city, and an iron pillar, and brazen walls against the whole land, against the kings of Jerusalem, against the princes thereof, against the priests thereof, and against the people of the land.
Right, so the Lord set us up against everybody, man. Okay, go ahead.
And they shall fight against thee.
Right, and they're going to fight against us, man. Which, that's that resisting spirit. To resist the spirit means to fight, to wrestle. You know, you wrestling against the will of Yahweh Shemel Shah, man. It's not us that you're coming up against. You know? Go ahead, up.
And they shall fight against thee, but they shall not prevail against thee.
Right, and you can't prevail against us. Case in point, here we are, we still going, man. When you look back at the apostles and the men that started this thing before us, man, look at all the different, back and forth they done had, you know, the different nemesis to come and go, you know? But who's still standing when the smoke clears? So the Lord, we was raised up by the Lord. Our scriptures say, if this counsel be of men, it'll come to naught.
Yep, that's it.
Go ahead, up.
It said, but they shall not prevail against thee, for I am with thee, saith Yahweh Shemel Shah.
Right, so the Lord is with us, man. And really, how is the Lord with us? In spirit and in the scriptures, because what we speak is the words of Yahweh Shemel Shah. That's why he honor what we say. When we get on you, we get on you according to the scriptures, man. When we got on these ISUPK guys, it was according to the scriptures, man.
That's right.
So that means the Lord gonna back us up. It wasn't according to our own heart, man. Our own, we weren't motivated by our own lust to just get on. Not just them, anybody who we might have to get on out there, man.
Right.
We get on you through, it's sanctioned by Yahweh Shemel Shah. Go ahead, up.
It says, for I am with thee, saith Yahweh Shemel Shah, to deliver thee.
Yep, that's right. Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Ezekiel 3. I'm gonna start at 7. It said, but the house of Israel would not hearken unto thee, but they would not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are imputed and hard-hearted. Behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their forehead.
Right, because Jake, they feel as if, and I'm just talking about just a random Jake that you come across, they think because you got a Bible in your hand, that all of a sudden, you're a punching bag, man. But the Lord set us up and he made our head just as hard as their head, and our face just as hard as theirs, man. Go ahead.
He said, as an adamant harder than flint have I made thy forehead. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. Right,
and that rebellion spirit has rested on you, Jakes, even to this very day. Which that proves that you're the same generation that was back in the wilderness, man. They started back then, which was in the form of Moses and Aaron, man. You came up against the order. The Lord raised a certain order. You got Jake coming up against it, man. Okay? And again, when we get on you and reprove and rebuke you, is because we were set up to guard over the gospel, man. We the gatekeepers, if you will, man. So what you do is off. We can show you that in the scriptures. Matter of fact, get what you got. Then somebody get I think that's 2 Corinthians 14:26. If it ain't 2 Corinthians, 1 Corinthians.
What did it say?
14:26. Go ahead and get what you got up.
This is Jude, verse 11. Woe unto them, for they have gone in the way of Cain, and ran greedily after the error of Balaam for reward, and perished in the gainsaying of Korah.
Yeah, Corey, right? Yeah. Because that go back into the time of Moses. Corey came up against Moses, him and David. All right, and we opened up the ground and swallowed them in the ground. And what Moses said, he said, look, if the Lord be for me, it was cold. He said, but if the Lord be for me, may you get swallowed up,
Dennis, they gonna die coming death if the Lord ain't with.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, if the Lord ain't with me, they'll just die coming death. Meaning they're gonna get old and die. But what happened? They died an extraordinary death. They died a death that went down in infamy, man. That we talk about to this very day. The Lord made the ground open, and that's what you dealing with, man. Okay, you dealing with the men of the Lord, man. And when we correct you, it's in the spirit of the Lord. You know, we prove that because in the same breath we'll tilt our hat. We ain't got no reason to get on you. We tilt our hat, man. We encourage that. Okay? But once you begin to distort the word of Yahweh Shema outside, then you off, man. All right? So, you got it? Go ahead, get what you got.
Yeah, cut this on. 1 Timothy 4 and verse 1. It says, now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in a lot of times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits.
Right, and those are seducing spirits. Whenever you teach, for an example, that and we always bring this subject of that the Spirit of the Lord made us bring this example of the mark of the beast, man. Once the RFID chip is made mandate, all bets gonna be off, man. Everything that you have grown accustomed to is gonna change, man. The way you do your business, the way you go about your day-to-day, that's gonna change, man. And who's gonna be the first people coming to your mind? The men of Great Millstone. And that's gonna kick in, that's gonna activate Ezekiel the 33rd chapter. Then that's gonna activate that prophecy right there, man. Okay? Then you're gonna know that there was a prophet amongst you, man. See? Go ahead, up.
Yeah, I get that real quick. Ezekiel 33.
Yeah, get that. Get that.
Ezekiel 33, verse 33. And when this cometh to pass, come, then that a prophet hath been among them.
See that? And that's going to be activated when the chip is made mandated. You know? Because right now, you see, for an example, we've been telling you for years that pestilence coming. But they still, matter of fact, give me that. It said they're not going to be mindful of scourges.
Oh, yeah. 16. Yeah.
It's certain things that happen that we told you, and people, you still got just some Jake talking shit on the board. You know, we got these groups still coming up against the authority. They didn't never stop and consider, well, hold up, man. These men have been telling us that all hell about to break. They've been there's going to be a crash of the American dollar, and you can see the momentum going towards that. But they still resist the spirit, right? All right, and the Lord got Trump in there. Trump gonna bring it cold. Trump gonna like, hey, look, man. As for now, they're gonna be one of them state of the nation, you know, speeches, man. And he gonna say, look, man, you're gonna have to get a chip starting, you know. You got shipping stations just starting money within 72 hours. You know. All right, go ahead, up.
I go back to
all right, hold up. Yo, get this real quick.
All right, the second verse 16, starting verse 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness.
Right, so the Lord is making it happen, but they still haven't turned from their wickedness. They never considered, like, you know what? Let us just subscribe and come under the banner of the authority that the Lord set up, which is that great millstone, you know? And again, there's other groups out there. You got different groups that teach, you know, this truth, you know, but there's levels, man, okay? Go ahead.
It said, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges.
Right, and they're not going to know that it's how about some outside is bringing the drama, you know? So yeah, go ahead, go back where you was at.
Okay, I got one real quick.
All right, bring it up.
This second Ezra 9 verse 11. It says, in they that have loved my law.
Yeah. And that's heavy because we brought out. What's that? You still got that?
Amos.
When you go to Amos the 5th chapter. Matter of fact, hold that, and we're gonna do that again. Because Amos the 5th chapter pretty much. It really captures what we doing right now, man. You know, we rebuke it in the gate, and they abhor us. They hate us for that. Go ahead, up.
That word abhor, Strong's H8581. To abhor, be abominable, do abominably, to loathe.
To loathe. Yeah, so you loathe us. Like, who is these guys? You know, they constantly getting on everybody. They're constantly correcting, reproving, rebuking. So you loathe us. But that's, matter of fact, give me that. She should allow him as a mighty stone.
Wisdom of Solomon.
6, I think.
Yeah.
So what eventually happened? You get frustrated with it and you just cast it off. You say, man, I don't want nothing to do with these guys, you know? But really, in essence, what you're doing is rejecting your how about Shmi shot, man. Okay? So you got it? I think it's
It's a rock, 6 to 4.
Yeah,
You know what it is?
It's a rock. She's very unpleasant to
Yeah.
learn. Yeah.
Is it
It's
6?
a rock, 6 and 4.
Yeah,
All right. Let's see. This is the book of Sirach.
6 and 21. Ain't that it?
Yep. Yeah, this is Sirach 6 and 20. It says, she is very unpleasant to the unlearned.
Right. She is very unpleasant to the unlearned. And that she is dealing with wisdom. So that means there will be certain men on the planet Earth that would be carriers of supreme wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
And that wisdom would be unpleasant. Correction is unpleasant to a fool, man. Instruction is unpleasant to you, man. It can become overbearing. Somebody give me Proverbs 29 and 2 real quick. Everybody act like they want to get to know the Lord. Everybody want to come in the presence of the Lord. But they don't understand what it consists of. It consists of instruction, you know? It consists of the Lord, you know, pretty much whipping you in the shape, man. All right? So give me that Proverbs 29 and 2. You got it?
Okay. This is Proverbs 29 and 2.
I think it's 1. Start at 1.
Okay, Proverbs 29 and 1. He that being often reproved
See, he that being often reproved, go ahead,
hardeneth his neck.
harden his neck, man.
Yeah.
So the more you get on somebody, the more hard-headed they get. But this proves that the scriptures is all about reproving, man.
That's right.
Somebody got to do it. All right? So read it again from the top.
From the top, Proverbs 29 and 1. He that being often reproved
Mhm.
hardeneth his neck.
So, hold up. There's a yin and a yang right here. If you being often reproved, then that means somebody is often reproving. You know?
Yeah, brother, put up.
Yeah. So, read that one more time up.
Okay. Proverbs 29 and 1. He that being often reproved hardeneth his neck
Mm-hmm.
shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy.
Right. Yeah, so the end game is you're gonna be destroyed. Suddenly, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we tell you you're gonna be destroyed. Because it's not us. If you will, somebody can hold Proverbs, is that Proverbs 17:17? Hold that on deck.
13.
13,
I
13,
got
yeah.
that on
Oh,
deck.
yeah.
Yep, get that real quick.
All right, kind. Yeah.
I give you a quick precept right
Yep,
quick.
bring it up.
This is Leviticus 19 and 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
Read that again.
Come.
I like
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
Mm-hmm.
So you showing your brother's love when you rebuking them.
Okay.
It says, thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord.
Oh, and
Yahweh
that
Shah.
love is to correct you, man.
Come.
That's real love.
that's it.
You know? Hey, if you about to bump into oncoming traffic and I grab you by your head, the back of your afro, and snatch you and slam you out of the way, right? I slam you, the dust fly. I slam you, right? You can't get up and say, man, why you slam me, man?
Man.
You're supposed to get up and say, thank you, man.
Yeah.
You just saved my life, man.
That's it.
Yeah.
I got something.
See what I'm saying? And that's what we do, man. Okay. Island.
Mhm.
Okay?
Caprice.
Yeah. Go ahead, give it to me real quick.
Yeah, this is Ecclesiastes Sirach 4 in 26. This is Ecclesiastes.
Yeah, man said he messing with the signal right here. Yeah, fucking with us, man. He don't want us congregating too much power on against his grain. You on, right?
Say he don't realize what they think.
Yeah, man, scriptures, man. like we going out. What you got on your end?
Like it looking good now.
Find out- did you-
Man,
come
food.
back in?
From right there, we good.
Yeah,
All right, come on,
good,
come on.
man.
Yeah, we good. All right, yep, go ahead.
We want to go with that head that
You had this rock
Oh yeah, this is Sirach 4 in 25. And no wise speak against the truth.
Mm-hmm.
It says, but be abashed of the error of thine ignorance.
Right. So yeah, when you become offended, when we teach you or reprove and correct and rebuke you, and you spew out your madness, you got some rebuttal, some response, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's speaking against the truth, man. Because the only reason we correcting you, what we using to correct you is the scriptures, man.
Right.
So when we say it's not convenient for these different groups to come together, we're not saying it ain't good for groups to come together, but if you're not coming together under the banner of Yahweh Shai or one doctrine, then you off, man.
Right.
When did Yahweh Shai ever come together with other Israelites just because on the strength that they was Israelites, man? Never, man. He didn't say, you know what, this is Israelite, so I'm gonna come together with them, man. Matter of fact, go ahead and give me that Second Corinthians.
Oh, kind. This First Corinthians.
First Corinthians, like
Yeah, 1 Corinthians 14 and
26.
yes, like this trip. Yeah, this 1 Corinthians 14 and 26. How is it then, brethren, when ye come together, every one of you have a song,
See, yeah, well, how come when you come together, every one of you have a song, go ahead.
have a doctrine,
Have a doctrine, yeah. You coming together, but you got this song, you got this doctrine. Go ahead.
have a tongue,
Have a tongue, go ahead.
have a revelation,
Uh-huh.
have an interpretation,
Mm-hmm.
let all things be done unto edifying.
Right, so you coming together with all these different doctrines and tongues and psalms, that's not edifying. Oh, the scripture said, let everything be done unto edifying.
Mhm.
But what's they motto? To leave the doctrine at the door, man. Leave each man doctrine at the door. So when you come together, it's no longer under the guise of edification. Now it's just a bunch of jakes kicking it. Because you can't teach. I can't teach what I teach because you're going to become offended. You got to watch what you say because you might offend that brother. That's off, man.
Is it?
You know?
I got some.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got two quick
Make a point real quick.
So like, yeah, because the only thing you can tell them is that you're an Israelite. You're going to Deuteronomy 28 and Romans 9:13. Even if that,
Even
they
if
might
that.
say, they might say Esau the so-called ain't even the so-called white man.
Yeah. They might bring up Japhet. And
Yep.
that's confusion, man. The Lord says he's not the author of confusion, man.
Mm-hmm.
Furthermore, hey, when you think about a classroom, right, it got to be order in there, man. It can't be everybody in there talking shit. The teacher got to have the floor, man.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got to be in one. If you're not in agreement with the teacher, if you bucking up again, then they're going to kick you out, man. All right? So, yeah, go ahead up.
I got two quick ones.
Uh-huh.
This is the book of Amos 3 and verse 3. It says, can
Yep.
two walk together except they be agreed?
That's right.
And I got another one. This is the book of Ephesians 4 and verse 4. It says, there is one body
That's it.
and one spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling.
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
It says, one Lord, one faith, one baptism, one power, and one in and one power and Father of all, who is above all, through all, and you all.
Yeah, and the key word there is one, man. So there's one faith, one belief system, man, that we subscribe to. Yeah, and you can't compromise that. You think we're going to ever compromise our stance? Oh, matter of fact, get that too. You got a precept?
Oh yeah,
I got a precept.
Yeah, get you on, and somebody get that second, second Ezra, the second chapter, start around the 40th verse. Yeah, go ahead.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 10. Now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, that ye speak the same thing.
Yep, that you speak. Woo! Read that again now.
Now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, that ye speak the same thing.
Right, that you speak the same thing. Go ahead.
And that there be no divisions among you, but that ye be perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment.
Yep. Go ahead, up.
something back. I had it back up.
Oh,
Go ahead, bring it up.
It's Philippians 2:2. Feel you my joy that you be like-minded, having the same love, and being on one accord of one mind.
That's bad, yeah. Gotta be like-minded, gotta be on one accord. Oh, that's why this is a song, right? If you consider a song, everybody gotta be in tune.
Yeah.
Can't have somebody sing out of tune, and what's gonna happen? He's gonna be dismissed. Okay?
So if I make a point, it's in harmony.
That's
Even though
harmony.
harmony is even though it's levels of notes, you might be playing the high C, but it's somebody that's playing the low C that's basically making it sound together, which make a beautiful sound, man. Even though everybody ain't the same level, everybody's still playing that same note. You know?
Harmonious arrangement.
Harmonious arrangement. That's the world. That's the world of Israel right there. That's the elect, the harmonious arrangement. And who the director? Yahweh Shai.
That's it.
You know, he the maestro, man. So you got to follow what he's saying, which is the scriptures.
Yep.
You know? So, yeah, go ahead. Oh, you got something?
We're gonna get this second Ezra.
Yeah, get that second Ezra.
Yeah, this second Ezra chapter 2, and I started
Hey, it's an old saying, man, with the mob, no one man's life is above order.
Okay.
You know, if you got something going and one dude out of order, everybody come together and say, you know what, it'll be best to just whack him, man. Why? Because you can't let that one guy disrupt the big picture, man. And that's how the Lord do it, man. You know, no matter if you come in the form of a group, a self-proclaimed leader amongst Israel, well, if you're not in harmony with what the Lord say, he's just going to get rid of you.
Yep.
Because no one man's life is above order, man.
That's right.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
Second Ezra 2:47. So he answered and said unto me, it is the sign of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord.
Right, that stood so stiffly, see, for the name of the Lord, man. Meaning what? You're not going to be swayed. You're not going to be knocked off your square, so to speak, just because a guy Israelite. He teach different than you, but because he got a damn turban on, you're going to say, okay, you know, we'll deal with it. No, man. He got to speak the same thing, man. You know? He got to come in the back. That's why Yahweh Shai said, he that don't gather with us, scatter abroad. Yep.
I got to appreciate it.
You know what? Get what you got, and y'all just come around like that. All right, go ahead.
This is 1 Corinthians 5:6. Your glory is not good. Know ye not that a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump?
Yep, that's right. Yeah, because that little leaven, it affects the whole body, man. Leaven is equivalent to cancer. If you got cancer in the body, what happens? You got to get rid of that cancer because that cancer spread throughout the body. You know, and really, Israel is a body first and foremost, and you know that's why the Lord had to separate us from the body. That's why you got an Israel and you got an Israel of the Most High, man.
Right.
All right?
Yep.
So you get what you got?
Yeah, it's St. John 17 and 20, 21. It says, neither pray I for these alone, but for them also which believe on me through their word, that they all may be one.
Oh, that's bad because the Lord said he's not only praying for us, but he's praying for those of you that believe on our words. Let's read this again. And if you're paying attention, right, the scripture's narrating what you're saying. That's why you can't make this up, man. It's not there are men teaching on a global scale right now, and there's brothers and sisters that's listening to them and believing on their words. So let's show you that these words, there was so much substance to the words of Yahweh Shai. They held so much weight. Read it again.
I'm start at 19.
Go ahead.
This is St. John 17 and 19. And for their sake I sanctify myself, that they also might be sanctified through the truth.
Ooh, sanctified, made holy, separate. Through the truth, it's the truth which set us apart. From not just a 2/3 nigga, but even other Israelite groups. It's this truth that set us apart, man. All right, go ahead.
Neither pray I for these alone, but for them also which shall believe on me through their word.
Right, and they're dealing with the believers. Go ahead.
That they all may be one.
That they all may be one.
As thou, Father, art in me, and I in thee, that they also may be one in us, that the world may believe that thou hast sent me.
Yeah, that's it. That one, man. You know? You can't be all over the place. that goes against the idea of order in itself, man. You know, everybody got to be under one vibration, pretty much. All right.
That's it.
Yep. Come on, let's go around this way.
Verse this is Revelation chapter 14, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
And they sung as it were a new song before the throne,
Mm-hmm.
and before the four beasts and the elders.
What verse that is? Verse 3?
3. Kind.
Start at the top, up.
Kind. Starting at the top, this is Revelation 14 and 1. And look, and lo, at Salaki, and I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Sion, and with him 144,000, having his father's names written in their foreheads.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne, and before the four beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song, but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth.
Yeah, you see that? Go ahead.
Kind. Verse 4, these are they which were not defiled with women.
Right, and that women right there is dealing with other ideas, man. Go ahead.
For they are virgins.
Mm-hmm.
These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth.
Right, and that's dealing with these scriptures. So we're not going to follow some guy or what his breakdown is just because he cool.
Okay.
No, we're gonna follow what the Lamb said, and to go further, we're gonna cut you. We're gonna rebuke you, man. We're gonna say you going off. All right. And again, that's what everybody hate. Everybody hate that one guy that's corrected. That's why if you ever notice a job, who the most hated? The boss, man. The boss, he ain't did nothing with his job, man. Everybody hate the floor. Everybody hate the supervisor. Why? Because he's been given that task of correcting everything.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kind. These are they which followed the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most High and to the Lamb.
Right. So if you truly have wisdom, then by default, you're going to deal with order, man. And again, we just read that it's not convenient for everybody to come together. We read in 2 Corinthians 14 and 26. Matter of fact, somebody get Wisdom of Solomon 8 and start at the top.
I got a precept.
Yeah, give what you got real quick.
Yeah, this is 2 Peter 1 and 20. Knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scriptures is of any private interpretation.
Right, like John the Baptist not being a man of the Lord. That's just a bunch of guys, man, came up with that shit, man. That's private interpretation, man. You know? Which, you know what makes that more of a low point in Israel? Because the so-called Christians will cut you on that.
Yeah.
Nobody really bought that point up there.
Damn.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Do you know you ever just open up yourself for a Christian to cut you, man? That's the low point of it. Think about it. Vocab alone can cut you. My auntie, you know what I mean? Just somebody that go to church on a Sunday, who don't even read the Bible, man, just collard green eating, he'll come and cut you. He said, oh, what? You said John the Baptist, and he'll cut you, man. They show you how that's an all-time low. You know? Yep, so give me, and that's so that you lack wisdom. Give me Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 1. Mm-hmm.
Kind of Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 1. It said wisdom reaching from one end to another mightily.
That's dealing with the internet, man. All right, wisdom reaches from one end to another mightily, man. Go ahead.
And sweetly doeth she order all things.
Right, so wisdom is about order. Order is by correction, man. You can't just say, hey, everything on everything. You can't just give motherfuckers leverage, man. You know, they'll run with it. It'll never be right. So that's what the Lord is setting up right now. Matter of fact, somebody get Psalms. If you got more on this right here,
Let's see.
give me Psalms 50, and I think it's like 18.
I think that was pretty much the point on that.
That was it on that? Okay. Anybody got something while you get?
Kind of. Go ahead.
It's the book of Psalms 50. You read verse 18?
I think it said I would set them in order.
I think like 21.
The 21?
Let's see, is that it?
Yeah, because it's Psalms 50 and 21. It says,
Okay.
these things hast thou done, and I kept silence, slacking. Read this again from the top. This Psalms 50 verse 21. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence,
Mm-hmm.
though thou hast set that I was altogether, such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes.
Right, so the Lord is what He's setting us in order right now before your eyes. And that's dealing with Esau. All right? The Lord is setting us in order before their very eyes. But the key word there is order, man. So with order comes instruction. With order comes correction.
That's right.
With order comes reproof. With order comes rebuke, man. Okay? Admonishments, man. You know? Oh, what happened?
Esau.
I got some
Yeah, go ahead.
with their order and rebuking.
Mhm.
This is the book of Proverbs 28 and verse 23. It says, he that rebuketh a man afterward shall find favor. It's Proverbs 28 and 23 says, he that rebuketh a man afterward shall find favor than he that flattereth with the tongue.
Ooh, yeah, man. Oh, that's the cut right there, man. Because
Yeah.
that's what these other groups do. They flatter with the tongue. Hey, shalom, they give a salute. They'll throw around the Hebrew lingo, but they'll shy away from contact. They don't want no parts of correcting these guys for going off, man. And that show that they ain't really sincere, man. Why are you here, man? Why are you an Israelite? You know? If you're not correcting these guys and preparing them and getting them right before Yahweh make his return. Matter of fact, give me that, and if you got some, I think that's the second Ezra, the second chapter, and starting at the 20th verse.
Okay, kind.
I got one.
Yeah,
In Proverbs 27 and 5, open rebuke is better than secret love.
Yep. And that's what we do, man. We don't sit in the huddle and talk about, man, you know, ISUPK called John the Baptist. No, we turn the camera on and we openly rebuke them, man. This is open as you can get. Read that again.
They're going back to Proverbs 27 and verse 5 again. It says, open rebuke is better than secret love.
Yep. Open rebuke is better than secret love. See that? Yep, go ahead. Oh, that was it on that.
That was it on that.
That ain't what I wanted to say.
I got some.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Fine.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 4, also known as Sirach chapter 4 and verse 7. It says, get thyself the love of the congregation and bow thy head to a great man.
Right, yeah. Oh, that's bad. What you heard again?
Sirach 4 and 7.
Jump up. Where it said, bow down thy ear to the poor. Is that in there too?
Kind, that's next. Yeah, that's
Okay,
next.
come. Read
Yeah,
that.
I'm sorry, 7 again, it says, get thyself, Sirach 4 and 7, get thyself the love of the congregation and bow thy head to a great man. Let it not grieve thee to bow down thine ear to the poor and give him a friendly answer with meekness.
Yep. Let it not grieve you to bow down thy ear to the poor. It grieved you guys to concede to the apostles and the elders and the men that the Lord raised up, man. It shouldn't grieve you to bow down your ear to the poor, you know. And to bow down your ear means to humble yourself. Again, that takes a great deal of humility when a man is willing to concede to another man.
That's right.
You know. All right, you got more on that up?
I got another scripture. Little precept. It's this is Sirach 21 and 19. And 18. 18. As is a house that is destroyed, so is wisdom to a fool, and the knowledge of the unwise is as talk without sense.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah. Yeah. and oh, somebody give me that. Matter of fact, let me get it real quick. Somebody give me. I think that's Ecclesiasticus 33.
What it say?
It says, a fool talk is like a cartwheel or something like that.
I think I know what
Oh,
you're talking about.
yeah, make a sound.
Yeah. I think it's 33 if I'm not mistaken.
Why you looking for that and get this precept?
Yeah, come.
This is Romans chapter 2 and verse 11. Says, for there is no respect of persons with the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't supposed to have any respect of persons, you know. We supposed to, you know, basically bring out what the words say. And that's the end all be all.
Yep. Hey, somebody give me Sirach 27 and start at 12. Where you at?
This is Sirach chapter 27 and verse 12, it reads, if thou be among the
You found it, what I'm talking about? Okay, go ahead.
yeah, Sirach 27 and 12, if thou be among the indiscreet, observe the time, but be continually among men of understanding.
Read that one more time.
Verse 12, Sirach 27 and 12, if thou be among the indiscreet, observe the time, but be continually among men of understanding.
Now, meaning if you around somebody who are not of understanding, you look at your watch, man.
About to head.
Read that again.
Sirach 27 and 12, if thou be among
And the scriptures are alive and well, man. The scriptures bad, man. Okay, if you're around a fool, hey man, it's time to go. Yeah, read that again.
Sirach 27 12, if thou be among the indiscreet, observe the time.
Yeah, observe the time. You should say, hey, it's time for me to get out of here, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But be continually among men of understanding.
And that's where this hearing come in at. All of you who are partaking in this sin, that's being around men of understanding. Somebody can get that B times.
I know this.
Yeah, go ahead. Continue out.
Verse 13, the discourse of fools is irksome.
See, the discourse of fools is irksome, man. That's why you should be like, man, look. Oh, that's why even when you try to watch some of these other groups, you can't even sit through it. That sits through a fucking abortion, man.
Yeah.
Real talk, right? You can't sit through it, man. Because it's irksome. Read that again.
Sirach 27 and 13, the discourse of fools is irksome.
Mm-hmm.
And their sport is in the wantonness of sin.
Yeah, yep. That's the sport, man. Continue.
Yeah. Verse 14, the talk of him that sweareth much maketh the hair stand upright,
Mm-hmm.
and their brawls make one stop his ears.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's where we at. We don't want to hear it, man. We don't want to hear it, man. Okay? The words of the wise is sweet, like honey, man. You know? But the talk of fools is irksome.
Yeah, it's
Right.
like that bird in the way. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's like,
yeah, exactly.
yeah, it's like that bird in the way. Talk without sense. It's like a bird
It's
in
a
the way,
bird in the
man.
way, man.
It's like here you guys go again.
Well, it's like, you know, you trying to get in the door, motherfucker to go this